Hello, Minox. Welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry. Yes, I know I'm late. I know. Sorry. Hello. Okay. And I need to post that I'm live. Twitch, we have mod buttons and normal. That yes, you do. Didn't you before? You can wait. How do you do them? How do you make them? You go on the cogwheel. Is that what it's called? Also, hello Jessica, welcome. Of the Sanrad, and there you have like the very top thing. Show mod symbols, and that will make that will show them in regular chat. Also, hello Yorkshire. By the way, you see, okay, you don't see the ceiling. Fuck. The light isn't strong enough. My ceiling is wooden. Fuck you. Oh right, I was posting that I'm live. And I need to do this. Okay. How are you doing? Okay. Sorry. Let's hop into the. I haven't started the game yet. Shit! I was hurrying too much. I'm starting the game now, and then we'll hop into the game. And what the hell was that? Yes. A bit tired. It is evening. Okay, right now we will stream soon, but after that you can sleep. It's just what, 4 more hours? Oh damn. The game is loud. You know it. You already know it. Let's turn this off. Why would it cause that though? Like, what sense does that make? Enter Madness. Chapter 6. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torment. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. I'm not finished. No, I'm not. The Finns love wood on Ulcer. What kind of wood are we talking about now?
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
The tongue and groove? What? By the way, I made a mistake yet again. I mean, it's not really a mistake. It's a mistake if you want to use computers. I glued long nails onto my fingers again. I like long nails, okay? It's not making my life easier right now. Let me tell you this.
I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Show nails. Tongue and groove flow. I don't wait. Let me Google what that means. Oh, so it is just an okay. Anyway, nails. The two these two are shiny, like glittery, and the others are just normal, I guess. They look amazing. Thank you so much. I hope they'll hold longer than the last ones. I mean, some of these are literally the last ones, but like, I hope they'll hold longer than just a couple days. Actually, two of them already fell off and I glued them back on. Anyway, I hope they'll hold longer. I have that on my walls. I have that on my ceiling, and Yorkshire doesn't seem to think that's normal. There is nothing else here. Index and pinky, then you could... True. I like symmetry, so I wanted to have it symmetrical, so... Like... This is also like the normal. And then like every other one is like... You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like these two like almost middle ones are glittery and nothing else. And with these two it would just be... It wouldn't be symmetrical. But it would also be amazing. It will also be really cool. But yeah, that's why I did this and not anything else. Just because I like symmetry. But it is a good idea. Maybe next time.
Awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Okay, true. But in that case, the thumb can be something else entirely, right? Hello.
How's our fugitive?
I don't know.
Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Should have gone for a coke nail. What the hell is a coke nail? When did you get them? A couple days ago? I mean, I had them before. It's not from a studio. It's just I just glued them on, and I've had them for a while. And now I just wanted to get them to make them. But yeah, a couple days ago. You and Mr. Colden. Oh.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I know what's easier to swallow.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
The one time I say something like this, Nell and Cargo both join at the same time. Are you kidding me? Also, hello, both of you. Welcome. Cargo, have you played this before?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominate.
Seaman, huh?
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Yo!
Bipzinki.
20 months! Thank you so much, Cargo. I'm so close to 2 years of streaming, I can't. And also 20... Dude, you are the OG. Do you know that? You are the only person who has been subscribed ever since it was possible. And, like, constantly. Thank you so much.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Also, Cargo, when are you gonna visit me? Say tomorrow.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Okay, then tell me something else. How has it been going lately?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Sanders started screaming and convulsing.
Convulsing? That doesn't fit with his history.
Then his body got all crooked.
Nice.
What in God's name? And you were alone with him?
He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the culprit.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
That's amazing, Cargo. Yorkshire, what Crytek do, they made franchises like Far Cry, well, the original game, Far Cry, the very first one was by Crytek before Ubisoft bought the franchise. Crysis, Rise, Son of Rome, Hunt Showdown. They've made some pretty well-known things. That sounds amazing. Good luck with that. Nice. Yeah, and about me, I'm still studying, as you may or may not know. I passed most of my courses, all except one, in my first year, so that's good. I'm doing well. What is that one? What is that one fit? Yeah, I didn't know what to call it. The one from Discord, the one you know about. I just didn't know how to call it. Crysis 3 as well, all of them.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. I'm done talking to these two. Yeah, I can only say it again. I can imagine it being quite boring to just watch me listen to them and just look at them, you know. I didn't know the game was gonna be like this. If I had I known before, I would have played it in private. But it is what it is, and I am gonna finish it, and I'm more than halfway through already, so... I hope it is at least somewhat interesting to you. Are you wearing... Of course I am. So far, by the way, this year, which it has only been 1 week so far, but still, so far this year I've only been out in girl mode. At uni, at least. Pierce, Colton, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Yes. Yes, it is the thing I wanted to do. And even though sometimes...
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
And even though sometimes I...
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
I'm scared to... What the fuck?!
You know each other. We met brief.
I'm scared to press escape during cutscenes because I'm scared to skip them, but this is not like really a cutscene. So, what? What the fuck? Thank you so much, Jessica. I just a tip. Sorry. Oh my god, thank you so much. You know what? I'm gonna order it right away. Oh fuck, I need to find the link. It's so hard to type with these, by the way. I'm... Oh my god, thank you so much. Wait, in which channel was it? The one... Wait, did I find... Is it this one? No. And this is from too long ago. I will send it to my Discord as soon as I find it, but I need to find it first. Just one sec, my bank is... Oh no! No! I found it. Don't, like, wait, before, like, why is your bank yelling at you? And it's this one. Okay, so I don't have to be scared that you're spending money you don't actually have. That's good, because please don't. And if you know, please just, you know. Oh, it's in inches. Oh, I need to take my... I already forgot my measurements. You know what? I'm gonna do it later. Oh my god, thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Sorry, I still can't believe this. Oh, this is, wow.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words.
Behind my face, like behind the camera, it said, "This will affect your destiny." Does this game have multiple endings?
Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Very likely. Hold to test eloquence. Do I have any eloquence? Let's just try.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
There are 4 different endings, apparently. Did he speak to you of a
Did your
shambler?
husband talk to you about Sarah
Oh.
Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Okay. I am very eager to see it. What's this?
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
A photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. They must be close. And we have a reconstruction scene here, but before... I'm assuming there is some kind of code here. Also, the graphics card goal was reached. Yes! Yes, it was! But not exactly, because I still need to pre-order Callisto Protocol and I still need to order the outfit, so that will still be subtracted. But other than that, yes! Yes! That's true! Yes! Thank you. Of Medicine, Tome 2. This second volume in the series covers everything from gas gangrene to trench nephritis. In addition to a precise and detailed study, the book presents some avant-garde theories. The incredible complexity of this book reserves it for medical expert. No way I can... There's no way I can almost afford a graphics card. That's... No, that's... No. That's... No, I refuse to believe this. How much do these things cost anyway? I was just told that 1.5k is
Let's
like...
see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Is a good estimate and like... Oh! It's Lovecraft. But I don't know how much they actually cost. An audio recording that Francis Sanders left for his wife Irene. No, oh.
Irene, I made a mistake.
Oh yeah, and I was also told to just wait for the new RTX models because they're gonna drop in like December or so. Does anyone know anything? Does that make sense to wait, or like, if you know anything, you already know more than me. So just please tell me. This is. Actually all four, but they're in my shelf. Other things that I cannot hold into the camera because TOS. Countless dresses and pieces of clothing, and now a fucking like the Spider-Gen outfit. My first and only time of having like studio like gel nails. You cannot imagine how grateful I am. Personally, I'd go with an AMD GPU. I really don't know anything. Is there a specific reason why you would do that? Also, hello, BB. Welcome. Yeah, just thank you. Just thank you. Much better Linux support. Well, I don't use Linux, so I don't really care all that much about that specific aspect. And hello, Phoebe. Welcome. Hello. And hello, Phoebe. I said that just now, but hello again. Welcome.
I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Not sure what you're saying. A stream dropout loop? Was that you trying to make me think that was a stream dropout loop? Okay, I'm sorry, I just literally, I just don't understand. Like, it's probably meant as a joke, I guess, but even then, I just don't understand what you mean at all. I'm sorry. Oh! Oh! Stream. Oh! Okay. Okay. Yes, yes, it was me trying to make you think that.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it. Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. I've obviously missed a lot, but why can you see those things? Because I'm a detective. Basically, I'm a detective and I'm a very good one, so I can... This is more like extremely good deduction, I guess. Hasn't really been established why exactly I can see these things. And I'm only saying I'm an extremely good detective because that's my personal guess, not that the game has said that. Yeah, basically. At the beginning of November... Both performance and power. And how much will that cost? Is there any info on that? What else is there to see? Francis Sanders cylinder, yeah, okay. No price yet, will be extremely expensive, yeah, that's what I figured. Piano, I have tried that already, it will just play the notes. I'm guessing it's some kind of puzzle where I have to press them in the correct order, but I have I haven't seen anything indicating the order yet. The order 1886. I expect a Maybe I should go for the current ones after all. Oh, wait, there's more here. How did I not see that? Is it smart to start to wait until the new ones drop to order a current one? Like, will it drop in price even more? What do you think? I mean, probably, but just to be completely sure.
I could use one of those.
I found these sleeping pills in the Sanders house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Then I guess I'll wait until early November? Okay. I mean, just like 1.5 months. I can't believe... Talking about this like it's the most like normal thing. Thank you. Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. I also posted an article on Discord. Let me click on it. It is too long and well, it's not all that long, but it also has a bunch of videos, so I cannot just quickly skim over it right now. Okay. But I will check it out. Thank you. The Whale and the Cod, A Brief History of Darkwater Island by Erwin Greenmouth. It is focused on the past glory of the island.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
An ancient amulet, probably Amerindian. I wonder what its purpose could be.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 3. This volume spends some time on the Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that her Reverend's congregation are having. Reverend's congregation are having? Since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She's scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Yes, I'm strong! And I got a key. Key to the Sanders Gallery. Oh, it's just... okay. I'm assuming I have to go here anyway? Yeah, game saved, very big room, a lot to see. Yeah, I have to go here anyway. I'm not strong. It's just... okay. Thanks for disappointing me, game. Will you read the book? I don't know. Not yet. I want to see... I don't know what it is. But it said it will affect my destiny again. Will I read it? I will, yeah. This will affect your destiny. And I got an achievement. An achievement for agreeing to read an unholy book. Okay. Malleus Bestiarum Volume 2. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monsters and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Okay, got some more occultism points. And actually leveled it up. Let's go. Occultism. And I have 7 points. Which one do I upgrade? I think this one. It helps me in understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and picking off locks, which I've struggled before. I also want to have the other ones, but I don't know. I just want to be able to pick locks properly. So the ordeals you have gone through have left their mark, but you still manage as best as you can. You keep your mind busy in order to chase away doubts and painful memories. You still have some way to go. Who knows where your mind could lead you along the paths of insanity. Oh, and here are like the weird and bad, yeah, mental trauma. Here are like the traumatic things that I've seen. Apparently I've missed one. Pierce read an ancient treatise, the Milius Bestiarium. This bestiary makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world or parallel dimensions. The very nature of its knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. Yeah, we know that. What about this? In the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion, Pierce witnessed the disemboweling of Officer Bradley by a man with a monstrous appearance. The men in gowns and their rituals had not succeeded in affecting the veteran. However, the brutal death of Bradley, the discovery of the identity of his killer, whom he recognized as the dead Charles Hawkins, as well as the latter's superhuman strength, managed to strike fear into him. Pierce still does not know if he should believe what he saw. He may even put these visions of horror to the shock caused by the death of Bradley, or he may put it down to a lack of oxygen provoked by the rock fall. Damn, Minox. Damn. Damn, that new Pinocchio movie, I know it's not a show, but damn, that new Pinocchio movie, oh my god, what was that? Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue, but the advanced state of decay of the corpses that lay about the place quickly made him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such a charnel house in a hospital. The putrid smell and the total absence of respect for human life as witnessed by this room profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. Which one of the three that came out? I'm not sure what exactly you're saying. There are much more than 3 Pinocchio movies, and there are only 2 extremely recent ones, one of which isn't even out yet. It's gonna come out next month, I think, the Guillermo del Toro one. Yeah, it's 2 movies though, and one of them isn't out yet. It will come out on 25th November, in 2 months. And on the 9th of December on Netflix. Just like 2 weeks after the theatrical release, what the hell. Anyway. Yeah, the Disney one, the one that's already out. Also, hello Baron, by the way, hello. Yeah, and the one by Del Toro, I am kind of intrigued by it. I will probably see it, but honestly, I find Guillermo del Toro kind of overrated. Like, nothing I've seen of his movies really... Like... Okay, wait. Let me rephrase. Let me read through his filmography. Well, okay, wait. I haven't seen Blade 2 and Hellboy, both of them, in a while. Pacific Rim was cool. Pan's Labyrinth, The Shape of Water, I find extremely overrated. Both of them. So 2 out of 3 movies that I can remember of his, I don't know. Like, I find them okay, I guess. Pacific Rim was cool, so 1 cool movie's 2 okay ones. To me personally, that doesn't justify the high regards in which he's like held. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't know. I just find him overrated. Like, he's the master of creating creatures or whatever. No, I don't think so. He makes some movies that are very highly regarded, but that's about it. And with Pan's Labyrinth, like, what is it that's so good about the movie that people like so much? The one monster with the eyes? Yeah, that one was cool as hell. The scene with that monster, like, those 5 minutes were some of the best stuff I had seen around that time. And I can still vividly remember it, even though it's been years. But that's just like 5 minutes of the whole movie. And the movie is, what, 2 hours long? Yeah, pretty much exactly 2 hours. I can barely remember anything else. I can only remember finding it kind of okay, I guess, you know? I don't know. And Shape of Water, I mean, it's a romance movie. I'm not into romance, so there's that. But even considering that, I just didn't find it really special. Like, the only special thing about it is that it's like a creature. But that's it. Like, you know? I only watched the first Pacific. Yeah, the first one is the one he made. It had so many plot holes. I just like big monsters bashing their heads, bashing the heads of each other. I would consider myself a Godzilla fan. I haven't seen any Gamera movie yet. But yeah, I would consider myself a kaiju fan, not just Godzilla. There's much more I've seen, but some of it is extremely unknown, so whatever. And Pacific Rim was kind of like a love letter to that, and I just found it fun. That's it. Yeah, and then we have, again, Pan's Labyrinth and Shape of Water, which I both find extremely overrated. We have Hellboy, both of them I remember being pretty cool. We have Blade 2. I loved Blade back when I was like 12 or so. Haven't seen them ever since, so I don't know. And that's it. I don't know, I just don't really care for him that much. About him. Hello Acid, welcome. I still love this emote combination. It's amazing. The weird animated one with the whiny voice. Wait, which one do you mean? Yeah, and the Netflix one is the Guillermo del Toro one. I have no clue which one you mean, Baron. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair. Let me grab the trailer. No, fuck trailers, just tell me when it came out, because I'm... Or actually, yeah, if you wanna... Yeah, okay, grab the trailer, I guess. In the meantime, I'm gonna read the last one. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Sanders' body crumble to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. And see, we only had 5 events just now, one of which I missed, and the very first one is the one that has been there from the start. We only had 5 events so far, and we're in chapter 6 out of 11, I think. And there is still 12 to come. That just shows you that the thing I love about this game and about Lovecraft stories in general, or cosmic horror in general, is how slow it starts, like just intriguing you into the story, and then suddenly... And it starts off as like a normal story, in this case just a normal detective case, you know? And then as it progresses, it like gets more and more weird and fucked up, and it just keeps going, and the more it progresses, the more extreme it becomes, and the more it becomes, you know? I love that. Posted in... Okay. What the fuck is that thing? Okay, I've never heard of that. Okay, I'm skipping through the trailer and I don't see Pinocchio at all. What is this? Is that supposed to be Pinocchio? Like, is he just a boy? But wait, it's getting worse. For real. I I need to know more. I'm sorry, I have to know more. But like whenever I type the title, like typing the title into... Actually, never mind. Oh, Pinocchio True Story on the Awful Movies Wiki. There is a fucking Awful Movies Wiki. Redeeming qualities. Let's read this out. There are 8 redeeming qualities on the Awful Movies Wiki for this movie. Despite the dialogue being absolutely stupid, the terrible line execution, mainly from the US dub, can make them unintentionally hilarious, even to the point where they have been memed. Such lines include, but not limited to, "I don't believe my eyes, your name will be Pinocchio." Okay, I will not read out the other lines. Pauly Shore's drunk-sounding whiny dialogue is kind of funny to listen to if you ever consider watching the United States dub of the movie. In fact, his voice sounds a bit more like Tommy Wiseau. The original Russian version and the original English dub are tolerable. Redeeming qualities. These 2 dubs are tolerable. Bella has a good singing voice, decent soundtrack. Aside from the bad animation and non-matchable lip sync, the character designs look decent. The backgrounds look very well detailed and somewhat pleasant to look at, even with the low budget. The movie can be considered so bad it's good, thanks to its ridiculous plot, laughable voice acting, and dialogue. These are, according to the Awful Movies Wiki, all redeeming qualities of this movie. And yeah, skipping through the trailer, the backgrounds do look good. Okay. Anyway. Charles Hawkins, age 41, ship owner. Charles Hawkins is alive? Despite its crude and deformed appearance, this thing looked like Hawkins. He attacked Bradley after he recognized him. What could have happened to Charles on the night of the fire? I've never seen a major burns victim in such a state. Something's not right. I have not. Please tell me. Also, I love that you called it Rings of Failure. Mary Colden, 32, doctor. Officer Bradley's female friend works... Officer Bradley's female friend works as general practitioner at the Riverside Institute. She had figured out long before I arrived that Fuller was involved in illegal activities. She wants to shed full light on the nature of his experiments and believes that helping me to solve the Hawkins case could advance her own investigation. Wow. Wow. That's harsh. Probably deservedly so, but that's harsh. Francis Sanders, 47, art dealer. Francis Sanders knew Sarah Hawkins so well that he accused her of being the source of his suffering. The man gouged his eyes out with his own hands and smeared the walls of his cell with esoteric symbols. He seemed to be obsessed with a chandler linked to Sarah Hawkins. He died before my eyes in circumstances that I cannot explain. Dr. Fuller, 52, Riverside senior physician. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. Is this Outlast? You do have good timing. Irene Sanders, 41, no occupation. It's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband, but what I don't understand about Irene Sanders is this mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. We got some new places. The Hawkins mansion was falling into ruin well before the fire that claimed its residents. The building, once luxurious, today lies witness to the ruin of the Hawkins family. The paintings of Sarah Hawkins are spread throughout the corridors. Moisture eats away at the books of the imposing library, and the windows are broken and condemned. Wow, this description almost feels Lovecraftian in its like very elaborate way, even though the wording is different, but you know. The drawing room where the fire started revealed it to be more than just a domestic accident. Sarah Hawkins' office bears the signs of an occult practice, and a, no doubt, huge creature left its mark on the walls of the corridor that leads to its workshop. As for Charles Hawkins' office, it revealed a passage into a network of underground caves. Tunnels under the Hawkins mansion. Who would have guessed that Hawkins mansion was hiding such big and intricate tunnels underneath? It seemed to be the hideout of a cult of some kind. I can't believe Sarah and Simon lived right above such danger without knowing anything. Cellars of the Riverside Institute. Strictly speaking, I didn't spend much time in the hospital. When I woke up, I was immediately transferred into the cellars of the Institute, a sort of clandestine asylum where Dr. Fuller carries out his experiments on patients without being troubled. Unknown machines sit beside anatomical drawings that are disturbing, to say the least. I just managed to escape from this place. I might not have as much luck another time. Rinaldi's on duty today. That means full concentration. Rinaldi cannot stream today. You bitch. You will. I will make you. No, I'm kidding. That's a shame. I have to go babysit for my sister, yeah. Well. Shit happens, I guess. Cross-checking the information given by Francis Sanders and his widow, it is possible to reconstruct the events that led to the internment of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah Hawkins being close, linked at least by the interest. Yes, internet in the 1920s, let's go. By the interest the collector showed in the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship. Attested to by the repeated refusals of Sarah Hawkins to sell the painting called The Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feelings still shown by Irene Sanders towards Sarah Hawkins are evidently derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders a short while after he gained possession of the painting. And we have read the two letters, and there is nothing new in the key to Sanders' own gallery. Francis Sanders must possess quite a collection of art for him to have his own gallery. Yeah. Okay. Let me shut up for a bit and let her talk. Welcome back.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Okay. The nun keeps asking for them. Nice. 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 What do we have in here? Minecraft villager noise, okay.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Imagine having this at your own home. First she wants to beat you up, then she says she's more pleasant. Yeah.
The public entrance to the gallery.
I mean, maybe she is still more pleasant than the other one. But still. Minecraft villager noise. Sound, whatever.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Because that shit's interesting.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Yeah, he's pretty based. You don't have such an artifact room? Don't think I do. My E-swing is much... Wow. Oh, we have something interesting here. Oh, it's just... Okay, right. I have an oil lamp. I forgot about that. It's probably hiding in the darkness. I guess you'll never find out. Is this a Nightmare on Elm Street? The first one? Like, above the bed? You know? Oh, right, you said the dialogue was quiet. I completely forgot. I need to somehow turn the volume of the cutscenes up. Resident Evil, anyone?
What the hell was that?
Honestly, well, more Resident Evil than Lovecraft. The face was kind of, shit. Kind of reminding me of Nemesis in a way. But I think I can't. Maybe the Evil Within fits more, or Dead Space. Oh shit! But not by You know what? I can live with Resident Evil. I think it fits well enough. Okay, let's step back into the closet. Fuck. Hey there. That hurts. Maybe it's just that the thing came out of a painting that is like very supernatural that I don't want to say Resident Evil. Maybe it's just that. The enemy design is actually... Yeah, whatever. It's a cool enemy design, okay? Okay, do we have any new info? Oh, we do. Wait, there is more. To go back, to come out of the closet. To most people. Disappeared tribe. A tribe of men, worshippers of the sea and its benefits, landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. Dark Water is a pretty cool short story and movie. The original Japanese one, at least. The American remake was eh. Tribe of men, worshippers of the sea and its benefits, landed on... yeah, alright. They were discovered by the creature some call the Devourer of Whales. For years, the creature hunted them down into their dreams until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. Okay. Sleeping cultist. There are laid out on a frozen stone. One would say that they are dead, but their bodies do not decompose. Are they in some form of coma? One thing is sure, these men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. I'm not sure that we can still call them men. Dimensional Shambler. The Dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension, where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor itself in your dimension and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. So I can't look at it. It looks really cool though. I'm not sure if I like this description, the existence of this description. Because I still have in mind that this game is called Call of Cthulhu. It is very much inspired by Lovecraft. In isolation, disconnecting this game from everything else, I like this kind of description. I like to have some more lore, to have some more information on what this thing actually is. But Lovecraft never did that. These creatures of his, like Dagon, like Cthulhu, like others that I don't even want to try to pronounce, they just exist. You know? We don't know their motives. They just, you know? We don't really know anything about them. We just know that some people worship them and, like cults, I mean, like worship them and whatever. But we don't actually know anything about them. And this is kind of the opposite of that. But in isolation, I really like it. Because this is some interesting info. Hello Yorkshire. Welcome back. You wanna... No, I will not say that. Yes, these nuts. The Malleus Bestiarium. I just popped a Oh, fuck you. We don't have a KFC in this city. Do you have to do this to me? We have one chicken place. And we've eaten chicken from there in my hot sauce challenge stream, where Jacques, who actually knows a thing or two about chicken, also confirmed that it's just dry and not like all that good. And that's the only chicken place we have here. I hate you. God, I would love to have some Man will gather the knowledge through the lines dictated to me by the great old ones, but also in other volumes. Sucks to be you. Fuck you. You know what you don't have though? The bomb. Ha! Take that. Shit. I can't even flex with anything because I don't have anything. I have some. Wait. How's that look to you, huh? Some, bread? Yeah? Yeah? I also have food. I can also survive. How's that for you? Welcome back, Cargo. What was good? Oh, what's good? I have food. Also, cargo, something you something you probably missed is a change in this, because the goal has been hit. No, you were still here. Wait, that was the last thing you wrote, actually. You were still here. You want some more da bomb? Honestly, wait. Let me go from top to bottom, or I'll forget again. Because sometimes I read messages, but then someone else writes something, and then I read that, and then I respond to that, but then I forget the first one. Happens. When I lived in Nairobi, there was a chicken place called Momo's that was miles better than KFC. Oh my god. I visited Jack not too long ago, and they have a chicken place there that was so fucking good. And it's like a chain. They have 2 of those in that city, but there is 0 of those in my city. Do I want to pay, what, like 15 euros for a train ticket just to get some seriously good chicken? I don't know, but if I ever happen to be there, which does happen every now and again because I actually have to go there sometimes, you bet your ass I'm eating some good chicken. You want some more of the bomb? Honestly, I said that I'm not gonna do it anymore, right? But like a couple days later, I thought to myself, okay, it's really painful, but like, in a way also kind of fun. So I've been playing with the idea of like actually like reviving it, but I'm not sure if I should do that. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. Yeah. Beer bread? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Like beer bread? I don't know what that is. Shut the fuck up! I am normal, okay? Okay? I am very vanilla, and I am very much not mentally ill, okay? The visitors that assail me whisper me names and silhouettes of mystical creatures. Soon the Malleus Monstrorum, repository of all anatomical, cosmic, and dimensional knowledge, will be seen as the authoritative work. This book, unholy among the most cursed books, will one day be the final rampart between man and the predators that are waiting to devour him, hidden behind the veils of parallel dimensions. Yeah, see, this is more like it. You know, this is a description, but it is still vague enough to not really say anything. And that's basically closer to what Lovecraft actually wrote. Isn't that the German for food that is meat cooked inside bread? Brötchen! But that's just... no. Wait, I mixed it up with the Russian one, bulichka, which is also pyrogi. You can also refer to the... fuck me. No, you cannot. Can you? I'm not sure. My parents sometimes do. No, I mix stuff up. Never mind. Pierogs, I never heard of that.
What the hell was that?
Cargo, write something funny. Now. I require comedy. Why did that make me laugh? Oh, come on, you're here. Fuck you. Oh fuck! Don't know if you saw it. Don't know if it was hidden behind chat, but oh, I got some. Oof. I think now it saw me. Why is there so much lamp fuel? Fuck! Yeah, the thing is, Yorkshire, I don't drink beer. I don't know anything about that culture. Shit. Imagine being this rude to a follower. That's just how it is. If you stalk me, I'm gonna treat you like this. Why would I pop up Christmas market light?
What the hell was that?
What the hell am I supposed to do now? Beer is not girly enough. Yeah, I want to have fancy cocktails with like colors and a straw and, you know. Make sure you never weaken the veils of... Yeah. Okay, it doesn't tell me any weaknesses. Shit. Fuck! Okay, I guess I cannot open the door, but I don't know why, because he didn't have time to comment on it.
What the hell was that?
We have sort of a Weihnachtsmarkt, Christmas market, whatever, here in this city as well. It's very small, but we do technically have one. Cargo may or may not remember it. And they also have bratwurst there and currywurst and... Damn. I'm not paying, what, like 6 or 7 euros for a sausage that has the length of a normal currywurst, but like only like half of the thickness, and then it doesn't even taste like a... Anyway. Do Germans not even drink Glühwein? Well, they do. I don't, because I don't drink, but yes, they do.
I can't even touch it.
That was so stupid. Why didn't I just run away? Bratwurst is amazing. I would like to have a bratwurst.
What the hell was that?
Apfelsaft, I don't drink apple juice just because, I don't know, I like other juices more. But yes, it is an existing beverage, and a sort of a popular one, I would say. I remember the prices being reasonable then. Yeah, but like, do you know how much that thing would cost in Germany? I'm going by German standards. And like, you know, I'm not paying like, what, like 250% or so of the price? For an inferior product at that? Alcohol, not juice. Then I don't know what you could possibly mean. Do I go to the painting? I guess that's the only way. Yeah.
That thing came out of this painting.
Never mind.
There has to be a link. Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
I saw this dagger in the collection, so I guess I have to check the collection. Far from possessing the talents of Sarah Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. The guard carries a strange esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Excuse me, Minos? I love how you see the hair. Like, yeah, now you can really see the difference, kind of. Like this hair, the lower half you can actually see. 10 Schweizer Franken. How much is that in euro?
Damn. Did it hear that?
Yeah, this one. Fuck! Oh, I didn't know that it's almost the same. Okay, that's a shit ton. Wow. Your room's pretty dark. Yeah, but like...
What the hell was that?
The lighting is like the same, right? And you can clearly see the difference. And even when I sit like this, like... You know, you can actually see the lower half. Thank you. Yeah, this is the one.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Why does your insanity rise when you just hide in a closet? Is this a metaphor for just being in the closet for too long and not coming out to anyone? Rise of Insanity, the game we played recently. Can you please fuck off? Alone in the dark. Dagger looks more like a bundle of sticks. Yeah, it has to be this one though. This is the one!
This dagger looks...
Small confined space, I guess. But isn't that still better than being out there? Should have shanked him? I tried. But all the left mouse button does is make him like defensive. No, this is definitely not the one. Is it in another? It could be in another room. Does this mean this detective has a dagger sense? What do you mean? Shit! Oh. kidding me? Can the music stop? I want to hear the... I guess I'll just have to try. Okay. No. Oh, fuck, no. No. This has to be the one.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
This has to be the one. Anyone watch Love, Death and Robots? I have seen everything of it. Unless they dropped something new in the past, like, couple days.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
No, I can't do it.
It's nothing. I think I just drank too much.
That goes without saying. If you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you're in real trouble.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
And that concludes chapter 6. I think it's the longest one so far. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. The Cthulhu episode, honestly can't remember that one. I can remember very few individual episodes, now that I think of it. I remember the Hitler one.
Where is the bookseller?
That's a lot of books.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 4. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologist, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. You remember the Immortal Detective one? Not really, no. Sorry. History of Darkwater, Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 7th century. 7th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Zigman. Look, we can continue this, and I will say no to like 90% of them, and you will be disappointed 90% of the time, or we can not do this. Yeah, it's by far not the first mistake. Yeah, they should have had better proofreaders. I agree. This is not even the first mistake we've seen in this stream. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2. As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgery specific to malformations and motor disorders. Okay, what do we have in this back room? Oh wait, there are two rooms. Wait, then let me check out the bigger one and the one that...
What happened here?
Is less likely to progress the story. Never mind. Let's check out this one. Can I not? Hello.
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
And what are you doing right now? A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of the human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. You're in the reconstruction of the other room? I am not in the reconstruction mode, but I can enter it. And the game tells me that in a very very visible way. Let's put it like this. But yeah, there's nothing else to see, so let's go into the reconstruction. Still not as bad
Let's
as
start over. Where did they break in from?
Still not as bad as the Guardian. Is it really that bad?
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
So known as the Quran yet. Is that really a thing that they called themselves at some point, or is it like a meme or something?
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Ooh, medicine.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
If the reconstruction applies to every single location of this library other than this room, except this room, why did I get access to it in this room? Oh wait, cargo did a hydrate. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. Are you still here? Okay.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins?
Oh, damn.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Is that the Necronomicon?
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
I mean, if we look at it like this... Yeah, it comes close to the package size I received, but it's still like only half the height, so... No excuses.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Oh, hello.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If, by chance, a person, or should I say a genius, wants to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. Hey, let's go! We got some actual... Yeah, anyway. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from you actions. A typo. Best and worst Graniat mistakes. Oh, damn, that's actually a Guardian oh, that's cool, though. And it's funny. But also really cool that they, like, admit to it themselves.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
I found these sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
The relief file? This key that bears the Elder Sign, I did not read Elden Ring at first, is the only one able to protect your psyche. It's in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose it is to push back those forces, the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips off to Cairo. Have we had that many mistakes in such a short period of time yet? It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Oh my god, there is a lot to see.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Azathoth is another one. Arkham Anthology Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby. Okay. Also known as the Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural. Wait. Yep, Lovecraft was also 18 years old in 1908.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Arkham Anthology Volume 7, ISIS Unveiled? I know, yeah, Egyptian stuff, but ISIS? Arkham, when will Batman arrive? Actually, Batman's Arkham Asylum was named after is a Lovecraft reference, but one that is so well known by now that it kind of stands on its own. But originally it was one. And I hope soon. A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement, written by Elena Petrovna Blavatsky. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. Oh yeah. ISIS, yeah, I know, a Greek goddess, but it's still funny, okay? Also, HP. Elena Petrovna, okay, but HP.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
And here we have, by the way, Edward Pickman Derby. I knew it sounds too familiar, and now I remember. Pickman is one of Lovecraft's more prominent characters. By that I mean one that he used more. And he was called... I'm pretty sure at least that he used them quite a lot. Because I, like, vividly remember Pickman. Maybe because of the story Pickman's model? Richard Upton Pickman, okay, so it was completely different, but Pickman is also a Lovecraft character. But yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, he reappears in several other stories. Okay. though her cult got popular in ancient Rome. That I didn't know.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
The Key of Solomon. Okay, that may be a little far-fetched, but there is a story called The Silver Key, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, The Silver Key. But that... yeah. A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original. Okay.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Volume 8. Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Chieti Prodigera. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Sure.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The Prophecies, Volume 6. A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Whitebridge. Okay.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Volume 2. Corpus Hermeticum. Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathanael M. Coppelius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Volume 3, Things That Should Not Be. Haha. A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends, written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. Let's go! Miskatonic is another Lovecraft thing.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Volume 1, Where are Linda? Interesting that with Volume 2 you say you've never heard of them, and with Volume 1 it's just Arkham Editions. An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language. Any other books I can get any information on? Up.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore in Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. They do! We can ask Matilda. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. And it just keeps getting more. Oh, hello.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Your attempt at hiding them was pretty bad, though. Not gonna lie. Would you read the book? Yes, I would. I mean, my sanity is still okay, I guess, and I've also read the other one, and I'm interested.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Oh, this is the first Malleus Bestiarium, so it contains information about this thing that I had no way of knowing before, even though I did know it somehow. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I have never heard of. Divinities from the stars, Divinity Original Sin. Creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as a reference work of the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Okay, now let's finally check out this room. Oh, we got more oil. Nice. That's an interesting skeleton. Oh, we got a tape, but not yet. Darkwater History Volume 4. The 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the religion was a favorite refugee for Catechians? The region, not religion, sorry. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Yes! Yes! Yes, Phoebe. Same. Absolutely, yes.
Things are not looking good.
True.
A kind of chalice.
Goblet. Harry Potter? This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motive? I guess? Cetaceans. Okay. I already forgot the original word. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Cetaceans. I hope I will remember. Nothing else. Okay, let's listen.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will and these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it.
The chalice of knowledge.
So we have what's this? Is this also redstone? Or is it just these blood, drops of blood? So we have 5.
I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
2 or 3? 3 or 4, I mean. And 9. No? Oops. Wait, did I say... 5. And then 3. Yeah. That's a huge... How are you just holding it like this? That thing looks heavy as shit. Dude, how strong is this guy? I haven't even skilled strength. Is this no Lord of the Rings? Maybe the book is... You're timing again! Dude! Oh, and that concludes chapter 7. In the Nameless Bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Wait, let me check something. Yes. Yorkshire, yes. Okay. So my Googling tells me that chapter 8 is actually fairly long. So I will do that next time. If it were as short as 7, I would do it now, but it seems to be very long. At least from a quick glance, so I'm gonna do it next time. Because it is getting late and I don't want to waste too much time because I also still have some work to do. So I guess we'll see each other next time. Tolkien has his own cosmic horror stuff. That's cool. That's cool. Let's just...
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
So, this awaits us next time. I'm now imagining a game where each chapter transports you to a different fictional universe. First thing I thought of was Alice Madness Returns. You are always in Wonderland, or in like a twisted version of it, but in every chapter it is extremely different. And Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is probably the big one. So yeah, that is already a thing. I'm going into the giant spider, the mother of who's the embodiment of the white. Okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. Dr. Fuller and his younger brother, Mr. M. And then Norse Dell Tolkien said there are nameless things gnawing at the world. Oh my god. That's so cool. That sounds really cool. I have no regrets. Fair. Fair. But yes, I would actually also just slap you on the spot. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me for today. Thank you very much for joining. When will I be back? I have no clue. Hard to say, especially with next week bringing new assignments and everything, you know, hard to say. I'm sorry. I will try next weekend. Maybe sooner. If it happens sooner, that's cool. If not, then next weekend. But until that's the case, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Cargo, for resubscribing for the 20th month. Holy shit! In case you're still here. And thank you so much, Jessica, for the massive I still can't believe... Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. And see you next time, hopefully. Goodbye.